Hello and welcome to GEEKAMANIA. This episode guest directed by myself, the sexy Richard J. Young, and starring Michael Blake as Michael Blake.
That's me.
Sam Holmes as the token female. Mark Sylvester as a creepy dude. And Kier Williams as the quiet one.
So
Not forgetting me, the sexy one. And Karl. So, what are we talking about in this episode? Tell us, Mark. But stop right there. First, a little history. As we all know, GEEKAMANIA was founded in 1921 by Sir Roger Geek and his partner Thomas Bill Mania. Together they wanted a platform to pass on news and current events to their children that they shared together. Weird, I know.
Okay.
However, it didn't work very well and they're both dead. But we're continuing the tradition!
Hey!
We are GEEKAMANIA.
We're not.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes.
Go.
Okay, first film we're reviewing today, Pacific Rim. Who's seen Pacific Rim?
I have.
I have, you haven't, have you, Sam?
No.
Wait for ruining the programme. You seen Pacific Rim, Karl?
Nope.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, at least we'll be informing the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know. You can tell me all about it. Tell me.
We look forward to telling you all about it.
Good.
Okay,
That
so that's the first film we're reviewing. Second film is Monsters University, which obviously we'll get to after Pacific Rim.
Of course.
Who's here seen Monsters University?
Me.
I have.
I have. Have you seen it?
I think that's a yes.
Why do you put your hands up?
I've seen it.
You seen it, Karl?
Nope.
Right, okay, that's why Karl isn't in the programme.
Because he
You
says
seen
no.
it, kid? No.
No.
Right, okay. Someone else is ruining things. Okay, so Pacific Rim. Who wants to start us on Pacific Rim then?
Specific.
How about you start? Oh no. Kier, how would you like to start us on Pacific Rim?
I can start us on Pacific Rim. I quite enjoyed it. It was. I don't. There's a lot of people that said things about the characters and how they weren't developed properly, but it's a film about robots fighting monsters.
Yes, it is a film
It
about
is. What
robots
else do you
fighting
need? The same with
monsters.
Kia. I'm the same with Kia. It's like
It's-
one of those films you only
yeah.
watch it for that.
It's a lad's film.
You do, that's what it's about.
Yeah, if you want a film that has character development and other stuff, then don't watch that film. You watch
Never
it.
Let Me Go.
Yeah, just that. You
That
know.
is the thing
No
that-
giant monsters.
that
in
annoyed
that
me
one.
about
No.
it. The fact that they
Good
put the romantic storyline in it for the film that it was. It just didn't feel right.
There's a
Yeah, and it was
romantic-
obvious. It wasn't
Yeah.
like forced or anything. It worked, but it was just
Yeah.
so obvious.
It
You know,
just,
yeah.
You knew it as instant as she turned up. You're like,
I think if they'd had like like the father son,
yeah.
like if they had a romantic storyline with them two, that would have been less obvious. I don't
Would've
think
been
it would have
creepier.
worked, but it would have been less obvious.
Yeah.
And I think it would have made for a more niche film. So it's probably a good thing they didn't do that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
What do you
Mike,
think about the film, dude?
out of 10.
It wasn't even filmed in the Pacific.
No! Well, there we have it. Scathing words from Michael Blake. You
So-
heard it here first.
Why do they call it that?
I think they shot it on the Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
No, it's
Which
'cause
would be-
the gate that where the monsters come through is under the Pacific Ocean.
Mm.
So it's a rim between two worlds.
Ah,
Pacific Rim.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, personally, I thought it was terrific Rim. 11 out of 10, Guillermo del Toro.
I was going to say it's Del Toro. Could you tell it was Del Toro?
Yes.
It was very
Yeah.
pretty.
There was.
Yeah, it was
the-
very, 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 very pretty.
It was-
Then again, it was also animated and sound by Skywalker and LucasArts,
Yeah.
so you know
It
that
was-
as
Luke
well.
Skywalker did it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
I know. It's
Yeah,
amazing,
it's amazing,
isn't
isn't it? It's awesome.
Skywalker.
cool.
What's the thing called? The company?
Skywalker Sound and
LucasArts.
LucasArts.
Didn't
It
they
was-
like die? Oh no, that was just the
Yeah, that was-
gaming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the gaming, yeah.
What were the effects like? Were they
Really,
really,
really
fake?
good.
Were they well done?
They were
So
really
good.
well
Very, very
done.
good. And then there was
It
even
was-
some bits with the head that was on the ground that actually looked like it could have been a real puppet. They were that good.
It was the one film that I've seen in a long time that actually deserved to be in 3D. It was
Yes,
the 3D
I was
wasn't
gonna say
used
that.
as a gimmick.
It's I mean, I think that's best 3D I've seen since Avatar.
Yeah.
I think I like Star Trek Into Darkness 3D actually, but I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
I haven't seen that. Sorry.
For a lot of films now, 3D just kind of used as a gimmick, just like the studio.
The prices get
Yeah.
more money
Yeah,
in the box
I mean,
office,
look
yeah.
how much money Avatar made. That's why let's make all films now 3D makes more money.
Yeah, but
What
yeah,
did it say?
you know, because it was so CGI heavy, but so pretty, it worked. You know, especially
Yeah.
with the holograms, like the computers,
Okay.
because it's set 2025, so it's 12 years.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's-
okay.
It's yeah, possible.
Because they're such big CGI, like big robots. it works.
And it was good
Yeah.
CGI, you know.
Very
So
good CGI.
and the computers were like holograms, and it worked so well because they were holograms. It felt like it needed that extra dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all right, maybe I agree that the characters aren't particularly well fleshed out, but you
Yeah.
don't need that. to
No,
happen.
exactly. It's-
No,
Was
not
it
at all.
like Transformers where they focused obviously on all the action, but then they had a little bit
No,
of...
because there's a good 45 minutes or so in the film where there's no fighting between the
Yeah.
stuff. It is
It's
just building
basically,
it up.
think of the sense of the film is a lot like Power Rangers crossed with Godzilla crossed with the Transformers. That's basically how I expect the people just think of those three things kind of crossed together. Well, think about it, Power Rangers, the massive robots and the people controlling it, fighting against the monsters, Transformers, massive robots, and Godzilla because of, if you notice the monsters come through like the sea and stuff, it's very
Yeah.
Godzilla-ish.
Yeah, that's true.
I did think I found the 45 minutes without fighting was very cleverly done. The way that they introduced the fact there had to be two pilots, two robots,
and the neural link
and the
things
neural
like
link.
that.
And I thought that was very clever done. And it was very believable, very human that one man or one person couldn't pilot the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah, it made sense, and also that obviously built up for. Of course, if you have two pilots, they need to be like friends or
Yeah.
relatives, like you had the father son.
Yeah.
But it
Very
also
similar.
it paved. Sorry.
It will be very similar.
Could you talk up next time, Mike? Because quite frankly, none of us can hear you, and you're just
Don't
interrupting.
be rude to
No,
Michael.
Mikey's a lovely guy. Don't listen to him.
You don't
Mikey's
know him
a
off
bastard.
camera, guys. If you don't know
Boo.
Mike, you don't know what he's like. How do you think Mark got that? Whoa!
Is that
see?
cow?
All in-
Cowmania.
Where were we?
Bullimania.
I need
We
sorry.
were on the
Rim
link.
of the Pacific. Yeah, the neural link.
Yeah,
the neural
It
link.
did make because you had those two scientists
Yeah.
who weren't particularly friends, but it meant that they had to like work together.
Yeah.
So it opened a lot of doors. It created a lot of stories.
And I was really happy to see Bern Gorman in the film.
Yes, doing completely different
Yeah.
sort of. You wouldn't expect of him. Like when I heard he was in
Yeah.
the film, I was expecting something like Dark Knight Rises, where he's
Yeah.
like cool, relaxed. But no, he was a bit crazy, wasn't he?
He was. It was very weird to see him posh as well.
Yeah, and mental.
Yeah.
With a stick. It was very good.
Without putting any spoilers out there, could there be a second one?
Ooh.
Do you think?
I don't
Actually, Ben's not here, but he raised a good point. He said, the way it's left, imagine if, it's like, the way it turns now, what if each country uses the Jaegers to fight wars? So now they've got the best weapons possible.
True.
What if they turn them on each other?
That's
And
true. They know how to make them, but there's only one left. No, there isn't.
No.
There aren't any left.
They are
No,
left,
no.
no.
Like,
Well, there are broken ones.
There are scattered around.
So, yeah, late spoiler alert.
But didn't
Um,
they have to combine countries to make them?
They did, yeah, they all came
Yeah.
together to do that.
yeah, but as there's no more like monsters to basically join them together, they might. That's Ben said and Kier as well. They might be like, oh, now I'm going to basically control the world.
What did you think of the monsters, Mark?
I also thought they looked really, really
They're,
cool.
they're really
They did.
well imaginated. Well,
Yeah, I think
And each monster looked really distinctive and different to each other, so it wasn't
Yes.
like it's just that fighting
They,
the same,
they weren't
same
ridiculous
thing.
looking monsters like the tried looking. They were
you had like,
they had like dragons and lizards.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
like,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
reminded me in the design a lot like the Godzilla. Like you got the Godzilla and you got the
they had like a
Mothra.
pterodactyl one. Was that
Yeah.
the moth?
Is
They're
there
like
an
dinosaurs, aren't they?
explanation as to where they've come from? Obviously, you don't necessarily say, but
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes, there is,
so
yes.
it's not just, oh, they're here, we better go kill
Yeah,
them.
it's, as much as they don't flesh out the characters, they
Spoilers.
do explain where the monsters come from.
Which
Kind of
remind me a
the
lot
main
of the Power Rangers
storyline.
in the sense you got the main controller ruler who
I
creates them all.
was very impressed with the monsters because they didn't fall into the Cloverfield trap.
Yeah,
and
that's
just
a
make
bit worrying.
ridiculous looking thing.
Yeah.
I was a bit worried when I saw the advert that it's going to be a mixture between Cloverfield and like Transformers.
Yeah.
And it's,
nice.
but I've heard good reviews.
They-
So.
It's
yeah.
very, very good.
There is
Uh,
one that
it's-
looks like a big fat man as well, like a Mexican wrestler. He's like, "Ooh." That was a
He
highlight.
dies.
Yeah. Favourite part of the film? Mark?
Favorite part of the film was when the black army boss, wherever he's
Idris
classed as,
Elba.
Anderson?
when
Idris
when he
Elba.
gets in the
Oh, what is Stacker Pentecost? What a name!
I like the way he was
Whoa.
English
And he, sorry, you like that he was English?
shut up, Richard.
God.
Yeah.
I like the way he was English, and then when they're figuring out that he was spoilers sick in the film, he piloted one of the Jaegers and then helped save the world or America.
What was great about him was that he missed off his G's. So he said like, we are cancelling the apocalypse. But he was posh about it as well, which
Yeah.
didn't quite make an
We are
awful lot of sense.
cancelling the
We are
apocalypse.
cancelling the apocalypse. Mark, favourite part of the film?
My favourite part is probably just all the fights, just how like visually amazing, just how spectacular they were.
Could you say what was your favourite fight?
Probably the one with the main guy and Yoko, where they were fighting with the massive like ship and it was like a sword.
Later.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And
Mikey, that's it.
the one where they go to space, and they
Yeah,
cut
that-
him in half. Yeah,
was
that was
pretty cool
my
as well.
favourite
Cool.
fight as well.
Yeah,
Favourite
because
fight,
they're
Keith?
like.
Yeah, shut up.
My favourite part of the film wasn't actually a fight. I mean, I enjoyed the fights because they were very pretty and they're very well done. But my favourite bit was when you first see the Russian Jaeger.
Yeah.
Just because I just love the way they look like a big old like
And
steam box.
the music as well,
Yeah.
all Russian as well.
And their,
yeah.
their headsets that have got like they look kind of like from Red Dwarf. The what were they? The cyborgs or
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The,
yeah.
the robots that hate humans. They have
Yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of that eye on them. I just love the way that the Russian, everyone else was like beautifully made, and the Russian one was just like a big metal.
Yeah, as the Russian.
Like
yeah,
that
yeah.
tank thing. It's like
Yeah.
in
Favourite part of the
Soviet
film, Sam?
Russia. Jaeger's
Oh, you haven't
Oh,
seen
all
it?
of
Yeah.
it, all of it,
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Carl, oh yeah, you haven't seen
The
it.
trailer was good.
Yeah, 10 stars. Like, for the trailer, it's 10 out
10
of 10.
stars.
So
Yeah,
out-
yeah.
so out of-
Twice the 5
So
star.
out of
limit.
5, what would you give the film out of 5?
I'd say 4 out of 5.
I go with 4 too.
4 2, yeah, probably say 4.
3.5.
Oh, going against the grain there.
Ooh, Mikey.
4.
What's the reason that Mikey to give it a
Don't buckle under
3.5?
the pressure, Mikey.
I really liked it, but I wasn't like, whoa, that was amazing. But
It didn't really grab you
It was a good summer
as
film.
much as you thought it would.
yeah.
Do we have a clip? No, we don't have a
No, we don't have it.
clip. Okay,
You can
well,
reenact something.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
Hold on. Let's do one of the fights real quick.
Oh my god!
We're out of
Drama.
options. Not yet.
Jesus.
We have a sword.
That was.
That was so terrible.
You need to put like an age rating on this. So realistic. It's gonna scare the viewers.
PG-13.
Next review we're going to be talking about is a new Pixar Disney film, Monsters University.
After the break.
Beep beep.
Right back.
Okay,
Okay.
welcome back.
Hey.
Break is
Hi.
over.
Hey.
Everyone, this is Sam.
That's not Mark. That's Mark.
That's Kier.
That's not Kier, but that's Kier.
That's Kier.
My name isn't here, but don't call me that.
What's?
I can tell you that's not Rich, but that might be.
Carl!
Carl, yes!
Carl!
Let's show you Carl. Let's show you Carl. Say a few words, Carl.
Sup.
I love you, Carl. You're a legend.
There's a few letters, Karl.
The guy is like an ice warrior.
Wise words from Carl there. Okay, so now we're
have a
reviewing
salty leg.
Monsters Inc. Good
University.
film, really enjoyed it. Haven't seen it for a good few years though. It was re-released in 3D recently. So yeah, I've reviewed Monsters Inc. there. Very bad review because I'd probably give it 5 stars. Yeah. Monsters Inc.
I haven't seen it all, so but what I did see a bit, I liked
What?
it.
You haven't seen Monsters Inc.
Not all of it.
Mike?
What?
5 stars.
You should love it because your name's Mikey. Mike.
Yeah. His name's not Mike Wazowski though.
Mike was
It is now.
Yeah.
It's out on the internet now.
Yeah, he's going to change the name by default to Mike Wazowski.
Deepole. Where is Deepole?
I have no idea.
I think it's
I
in
think
London.
it's a
Is it North
chav.
Pole?
It's a chav. Yeah. I'm going to Deepole.
DePaul, yeah.
Deepole. Some guy was like, some guy's dream job was
Yeah.
to change people's names at the North Pole. So he went to North Pole. They're like, I send a letter to the North Pole.
And to this day, if you look on Google Earth, you can see this.
How many stars would you give Monsters Inc?
4.
Five.
And now Monsters University. You can start this one, Mike.
5 stars. Monsters University is probably, in Ben's words, quoting Ben Upton, who isn't here today, God rest his soul. It's
Ben has recently died.
Oh,
But will we
seriously.
brought back to life?
okay.
Seriously.
Ben reckons,
Wait, that's
so
a
do
twist.
I, that it's Pixar's first like proper comedy. It's funny all the way through.
What?
Well, it's not like solely a comedy, but it's like the funniest film they have, and it's like
Monsters
they
University.
pitched it, yeah, Monsters University. They pitched it to be really, really funny as well as like the prequel that it is. It's funny all the way through. Everything happens.
I thought the film was really good, and it kind of reminded me in a sense like one of those sort of like frat college comedies like Revenge of the Nerds and that sort of thing. Kind of reminded me a bit like that.
So are you implying that the film is like a children's version of like a college film?
Basically, yeah.
Such as Animal
Yeah.
House.
But better.
Yeah, yeah.
Or Mean Girls?
but better.
I don't think that was college.
That was high school.
It was a film though.
Like,
It was a film.
Touche.
Mean Girls is awesome.
No.
No,
But there weren't any plastics.
Sam?
Oh, you're right. I don't know if it.
I didn't hear it. I was going to say a Breakfast Club.
Sorry. Okay. We'll actually show you your hand this time.
Thank you.
Well done for what? Why am I shaking your hand?
I don't know.
I
I
lost
said
track.
something clever, but
It's all falling apart.
it
We'll see you after the break. And we're back. Okay.
Okay.
So, Monsters University. You've already done that.
Yeah.
You.
Yes.
Monsters University.
I like the fact that they're monsters.
Oh yes. Great
yeah.
review. Sam, Monsters University.
I love the fact that they're all really different. Every single monster is completely individual, and they look messed up. It's the sort of thing you make when you're a kid out of like plasticine and maybe hair. And you're just,
It does raise the question of breeding in the Monsters Universe.
oh God!
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Now Squishy was in it. You know, the boy pig, and his mum looked just like him but female. So obviously his dad must have been that type of. You know, it must have been the similar look.
Yeah.
It was Squishy. Him. Squishy was the pig with the lots of eyes. The boy.
The boy.
Yeah, his mum was.
He was a pig.
It was definitely some sort of pig, wasn't it? Or was he just a blob with eyes? He looked like a pig.
He was
Definitely like a
hilarious.
pig.
Yeah, they did look like
Maybe he
pig,
wasn't a
actually.
pig, but
Every
he
character was
They
hilarious.
call me Mr. Pig.
Mr.
Same
Pig.
thing.
I love it.
Yeah, so how? I mean, maybe that sort of blob pig thing
Yeah.
is asexual, so she just fires one out, and that's that. You know, and it creates him.
This
but
is
now
still a
it's-
you film, though.
At the end,
Yeah.
it's still a you film. Well, not what you suggested.
No.
Yeah.
You said- at the end of the film, he
You-
said that because there was no Boo, he said that they should be there at the conception of Boo, which is kind of if you stay after the credits. Yeah.
You might get to see
Yeah, 'cause
that.
Ben was like,
Um,
Ben was saying, oh, there's something missing about that film, and then his friend was like, boo, and then I suggested that they should have had a scene. at the
And
end.
I jumped because he said Boo.
And then before the scene where they conceive Boo, it says, rated 18,
Parental guidance.
PG.
Did anyone see the thing at the end of the credits?
Yes.
Or Snail.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it
thought
winds
it
it
was-
all up to present.
didn't see that.
Yeah, for the.
No, at the end of the credits. Right at the end of the credits.
What happened?
You know the slug?
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers, sorry.
Yeah.
There's
You know
two
the
in there.
slug that's like, oh my god, I'm going to be late for my first day. He finally gets there.
Oh my God! Yeah.
And
yeah.
they're like,
It's like a
the
year gone
year's
past.
over. The year's over.
And he has to basically go back. Oh god. Which is really happy that
So
actually
that's why I've got to
Toro
see it
gave
again, 'cause I didn't see
stuff
that.
on it.
Yeah. We have to take a moment to say thank you to our sponsors, Pokemon, CM Punk, and Pirates of the Caribbean, along
And-
with Batwoman
DC.
And Dolph Ziggler.
and Dolph Ziggler, who couldn't
Sorry,
be with
who?
us today because he and Ben were in the same accident. We'll take a minute's silence for both of them.
Bow your heads.
Taking this so seriously. I believe that's around about a
That's
minute.
disrespect.
It may not be a minute, but it was certainly of a time nature.
Yes, it was.
There's definitely time involved. We can agree on that.
I can certainly see that. Okay, so Monsters University is what we've just done.
I felt like it was almost like they'd played. Is everyone play Spore? That's the game, isn't it? Where you make
Yes.
fruit. It was like that. All different things. I thought it was very creative.
Tell us about sports now.
Spore? I don't really remember it. It's just a game where you
So
get
how
to
can
like.
you bring it into the conversation? Say,
Because
hey,
it's a
it's like
game-
this. Oh, but I don't actually know
Yeah,
what
it's
happened.
a
No.
game by the same person who did Sims, which basically
It was, yeah.
Tell us about Sims, Mark.
it's a game where you make families and
Like sex.
I don't know.
Here we
played it at
go
my sister's
again.
house, so I
You put
have
them in
no
the
idea.
shower and then you delete the shower and then like naked, kiss him naked, so you don't see him.
This is a you film.
This is awful.
It's
What
a
people are
terrible
talking
game.
about is horrible things.
You delete the ladder when they're in the hole and then they die.
This is just.
You're a
This is just.
bitch.
Do you think that the film did Monsters Inc. justice as a prequel?
We weren't really talking about that, though, were we?
It's still a good question.
We're
Right?
Yeah,
talking
so the
about
question, it was
Monsters
putting it back
University.
onto subject.
It's
So
doing a
we
better
do a
job
lot of
than you.
thinking, maybe we go on tangents.
What? Was it a good prequel? Yeah, it was a good prequel.
I thought it was, even though I've never seen the
Yeah.
original film, I really enjoyed it. I was laughing.
Well, how can you say it's a good prequel if you haven't seen the original film?
I've seen bits of it, so I know the story, so It was real to me, damn it.
There's really cool references from the prequel for the Monsters Inc. the original.
Yeah.
Because Sully beat is it Randall? The
Yes,
chameleon?
that was awesome.
And he's like, that's the last time I lose to you, Sullivan.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was
that's
on the
cool.
cheering on the screen.
And it showed the relationship between Mike and Sully was how it was able to evolve from being them kind of hate each other to them being best friends.
No, because they the start of this film was that they didn't like each other, wasn't it? And they became friends.
Yeah, because they had to join Uber Kappa because they got taken off of the scare program by the dean, but didn't realise they actually voiced by Helen Mirren.
Yes.
Yes.
Queen.
It's very
Yeah, the dean.
Stand for
Yes.
the Queen.
Yes, the dean.
The Queen.
Trying to hug from Sully.
I liked his hair. They just stuck
Trying
up.
to stroke it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I really thought the scary bit with it when they scared the police officers. I thought was pretty.
That was
How it was
very good.
very
Yeah, it
well
was like
done.
a horror film, wasn't it?
It really was.
Really well done. You.
You're a horror fan, aren't you, Sam?
She loves her.
In other words, horrific. Sam is horrific. Yeah, good. This episode seems to be drawing to a close.
Rapidly so.
Yeah, well, not even rapidly.
Well, no,
We've been
it-
slowing
yeah.
down for so long.
So then,
We've lost a
guys,
lot of
out of
steam.
5, what would you give the film honestly out of 5?
We've already done that bit, Mark.
6.
No, we mentioned about Monsters Inc. We didn't mention Monsters University. What
Oh
would we get
yeah,
out of
that's
5?
true. Yeah.
So-
Okay, so end of the show.
Yes.
That's been Mike.
That's
Say
me.
goodbye, Mike.
Bye. That's Mark.
Mark.
Bye guys, that's Sam.
Hi.
Bye.
It's Kier.
Bye.
That's
Bye.
Kier.
That is Rich.
That's
as
Richard
well.
Oz. Guest
That's our
director for
Director
today.
for today.
Yeah.